Well, good morning and welcome to Zen Fits. I live in Blackstone, Virginia, the center of the world, but then you too are at the center of the world. So the title of this talk, this Zen Fit today, is A Buddha Grows in Blackstone. So I was kind of thrilled with the state turning blue with the election yesterday. Of course, it won't make much difference here in Blackstone because Blackstone is red. Southside Virginia is conservative, and so I live here in Blackstone, and I have a Buddha on my front porch, and I got Buddhas all over the house, and I practice Buddhism, Zen Buddhism, or whatever, and it's a practice. It's not a religion, but people think it's a religion, I guess, and some people may treat it as a religion, but I don't. So I've been writing about that this morning, and the title of my talk was "I'm So Blue," and then I got to looking at blue, and I also write. Of course, this is backwards because I'm on Mira, but I also have a page called "The Voyage to Pandora." And I've been writing about Avatar ever since it came out, kind of like my universal metaphor. And the Navi and the Avatar, the Navi are blue. And when I took my mother to see Avatar when she was 100, and she died when she was 102. So, but. I said, "How do you like it, Mom?" And she said, "Oh, it was 3D too." I said, "How'd you like it?" "Oh, it was very, but where did you get all those blue actors?" So I had to explain animation. But so this, and then I looked up blue in Hindu lore, yoga, Krishna is blue. And now Virginia's blue. And blue is ambiguous, isn't it? I mean, if I said I'm blue, what does that mean? It means I'm sad, or I'm a Democrat, or I'm an avatar on Pandora. So anyway, Blackstone, Buddha Grows in Blackstone was my title here, and I saw a movie. You stumble upon movies, and they always make a little impact on me when I stumble on them. And this movie, I don't remember the name of it. It was on Amazon Prime, I think, but it was about a lookout or a radio. It was during World War II, and this Marine, this soldier named Gibbs, was stationed on this remote island. With a radio, to broadcast if he saw anything, and the battleship Yamamoto was damaged and was going to come to the little harbor there, and so some Japanese samurai warriors were sent on the island to get rid of this guy. So anyway, that was the thing. But what struck me was the fact that he was all alone on this island broadcasting, So in a way, I related to that because as a Buddha, as a Zen Buddhist, I'm kind of like all alone on this island of Blackstone, broadcasting through Facebook. Kind of like it's my radio, the one voice. This lone voice here in a sea of Christians, one blue dot in a sea of red. It's just. I played with things like that. So anyway, a Buddha grows in Blackstone. I've also been greatly influenced. My first spiritual influence was Thomas Merton, the great Catholic mystic who inspired, I think, really, basically tripped me into my spiritual path, because when I was in the Navy in the late 50s, on a submarine, the diesel submarine, I was fascinated with Thomas Merton and his autobiography, The Seven-Story Mountain. He wrote many books, but that was his autobiography. And I remember being fascinated by that because he was such an intellectual, academic, literary fellow, you know. Why did he go to a Trappist monastery, which is a very severe monastic tradition, where the vow of silence, and you can't do anything unless the abbot tells you, allows you, you know. So even his writing, he had to be given permission to write. Why did he go there, you know? But anyway, so I was fascinated with that, you know, because, and then he kind of like awakened me to the mystical tradition of Christianity, to the great mystics of the Middle Age, Christian Catholic mystics of the Crystal Age, of the Middle Ages, St. John of the Cross and St. Teresa and Master Eckhart, and all of these great mystics of Christianity who have been kind of like thrown out with the bathwater. You know, there's no longer a mystical tradition in Christianity. That's why everybody went east. The mystics, anyway. The mystics is somebody who wants a direct knowledge of God rather than a relationship. So if you want a relationship with God, you go to the church because they give you a relationship. But you don't have direct experience, you see. You have to go, it's a relationship of you and God. But if you said, but there's no unity there. So unity is direct experience, and the mystic has to go to a cave. The mystic has to leave religion. The mystic has to leave society. That's why the monastic tradition developed, because it was only by leaving the world that you got in direct contact and became your true nature. Because you live in the world, you're in relationship with nature. You aren't nature. You can't say, I am nature and nature is me. You say, I'm in relationship with nature and I want to fix it. You don't say, I am that person and that person is me. You say, I'm in relationship with that person. So a relationship is duality. Mysticism is unity, you see. And we long for both. But if we live in a dual world of relationships, we're always looking for unity, but we're looking for it in the wrong way or the wrong place. We're looking for it through duality. You see what I mean? So duality is relationship. But that always means two. So our culture is a duality culture. It's a culture of relationships. It's a culture in time. Remember, for the last few talks, I've been talking about time. I've been talking 10 minutes. But time means relationship of objects moving. How much time does it take for one object to get from here to there, you see? So it's a relationship of duality. But mysticism is the yearning for unity, for oneness. You see, one. This is the symbol of one, you see. And so unity and duality are incompatible. That's why the monastic tradition is developed, where you can go to where you can be free from the conflicts and stress of duality, of me against the world, you see, struggle with the world, struggle with nature and all that, you see. So I was always interested in Thomas Merton because he was a Christian who was seeking unity, but he was seeking it through the form, the metaphor of the Catholic tradition. But he evolved, and he grew, and he began to discover the mysticism in the East, in Zen, in Buddhism, you see. In fact, he died at a international convention in Thailand where all of the religions came together like spokes on a wheel, you see. And he died rather oddly. He was electrocuted by a faulty fan in a bathroom. Anyway, so Thomas Merton left the monastery through his writing, and he became, an international figure. I don't know why I'm going on about this, but I'm going back to my roots, I think, where as a Buddha growing in Blackstone, I feel the monastic tradition of my retired life now, where I live in a large home on South Main Street, and as you can see, I've got you see on the wall there, I've got my yoga guru, and I've got here on all my artifacts behind me, I've got Jesus, and I got Buddhas, and I got Virgin Mary, and I've got Ganesh, and I've got Shivas, and I got everybody's here. The only ones I don't have representations of is Islam, but then they don't like statues. So anyway, but anyway, everybody's here. So it's kind of like I guess, you know, if you look at religion as a wheel with spokes in it. I kind of like to live at the hub, and the door's open, and I allow everything to come in, you see. But, so that's when I say, I live in Blackstone, the center of the world, but then you too are the center of the world. You too are the hub of the world, the axis, the me, the viewpoint that looks out. You see, if you discover your center, your true nature, it's really discovering the axis or the hub of the world that you view from the center. But we live in a world where we view everything from the outside. You see, so we live in a culture, we live in a world map where we're always outside looking at things. We are not the thing we look at, you see. We're always looking at some it, and we define it, and we chase it, and we grab it, and hold it, or run from it, or shoot it, or whatever. Everything's an it, you see. But that's not the Buddhist view. The Buddhist view is that you are the center. So there's a shift that happens. When you go, like I was talking about with the clock, you know, that in our culture, we live as the hands. We're always moving around time. We're chasing time. Trying to get more of it, trying to lose it, trying to save it, yada, yada. But the Buddha view is that you are the center also. You are the source of time. You are the center of time. You are time. Oh, that's a revolutionary thought. So in our world, we are in time, but in the Buddha view, you are time. You are the world, and the world is you. But at the same time, you're in the world as an object, you see. You're both, and that's ambiguous. And that's why we have so much difficulty, because in our world, our logic is binary. It's always either or. You're either in the world or out of it. You know, you can't be in and out at the same time, but you are. And that's the great discovery of the Buddha, is that you are at the center of the world, and at the same time, you're in the world. I think Jesus said that. The Son of Man is in the world and not of it, you see. Anyway, thanks for dropping in. Hope you have a Zen Fit today. Thank you.